people. Today we're doing a set I'm calling Autumn Gold. And let's get started. I have done my nails already the day before. We're going to start off with this orange as a base color. I know this seems like an odd choice for this, but I wanted a base color under my chrome that would go with the gold and with the orange. So this is what I settled on. And you're not going to see this at all. Well, actually, I take that back. You will see it underneath my nails when I, if I turn my hand over. But other than that, you won't see this color. Make sure we cap the ends. And we are going to be doing chrome on these. I know I've been using a lot of chrome lately, but it's been working nicely for me, so I've been liking the way it looks. That was not always the case. But more on that later. But anyway, moving on. Get this on here. We'll just be doing the one coat, and then we'll cure. And we have done, oh no, we haven't done that yet. A little touch of cleanup there. Now we cure. Okay, now we're going in with no wipe top coat. Now this top coat, for some reason, as you can see right there, is very thick. Now I don't know why, because it hasn't been cold or anything here. Up until when I was doing this, we're still having weather in the 80s, so it shouldn't, when it's cold, sometimes they thicken up a little. But I don't know why this one is. But anyway, moving on, I'm taking extra care and doing this in a much slower pace than I normally do, because I want to make very, very good sure that I've completely covered these all the way. I don't want to have any issues with my chrome not sticking like with the last set where I had to end up putting another top coat layer on. So that is why. And this is actually sped up to double 2 times, so it even still looks like I'm going super slow. Okay, we're going to clean up some on there, little bits, and then we cure. Now moving on to the chrome, I'm using this gold. Now this is more of a yellow gold as opposed to the kind of muted gold that I used for the last set. And I am also using this orange chrome again that I used on my Halloween set. I really liked it then, and at that time, I believe I said, I really love how this orange chrome came out. I need to use it again, so here we are. Okay, and we're going to do an ombre with these 2 chromes, but we're just going to have the orange just on the tips. So just a little bit of the tip, and I will put that on first to make sure it gets on there. I'm just going to dab it on about as far up as I want it to go. I'm just dabbing it lightly. I'm not trying to spread it out yet. Then I will get the gold with my finger. And we will get the gold on there. Now I try to do the rubbing in of the gold first before I got down to where the orange is. And then to pick up the orange and then give that a good rub. So we get a nice blend. A nice seamless blend in the chrome. Boy, I just love how these came out. After I got them all done with just the chrome on there, and I went in, took care of all, I washed my hands and cleaned them up. I went out to show my husband. I go, look how cool this chrome turned out. And he's like, well, it does look nice, but they look kind of plain for what you normally wear. I go, well, I'm not done yet. Oh, well, okay. Anyway, this is the accent now. This one is going to be all orange. So this one, we're giving this all the orange chrome. Now, as I said before, my chromes did not always come out this nice and smooth and even color and everything. I have been working with really super cheap chrome powders for the most part, because when these first started getting popular, they were really expensive, and there's no way I was paying like $15 for one little pot of chrome. So I was buying the cheap ones off of Ali or Wish, and sometimes they would work, sometimes not so much. But this set of these ones I'm working with now was a set that I got off of Amazon, and I don't remember the brand name. I'm not even sure if it had a brand name, but it had, I think, 10 or 12 different colors of chrome in it, and it was only, I want to say, maybe $12, 10 or $12 for the whole lot of them. So yeah, the price of chrome has come down a whole lot compared to what it was when I started with these. Okay, we're going to get this on. Just rub, 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 rub. Rub it like a genie lamp. Boy, I wish I had one of those right now. That could sure help me in my life at this point. Anyway, moving on back to the real world. And don't forget to get the tips, the ends of the tips. So you can't totally see the ombre part or the orange on the tips. It doesn't pick up on camera, and so in certain lights you can't notice it either. But then in other light you can see it really well. Anyway, okay, we're going to dust off any loose chrome that's on there with a soft brush and be very gentle because you don't want to scratch it. And then we're going in with top coat. Now I have switched over now to my tempered top coat. And I'm going to give these a good coating of that. And once I get this done and this is cured, then I will go wash my hands. Get all this chrome off of me everywhere. I actually did not end up getting it all off of my mat. I've got to take that mat out of here and scrub it really good. I might just need to get a new one, but I can't afford that right now. Okay, and I think we have a little cleanup. No, we don't. Okay, I cured those. We're moving on apparently to the stickers, which I've got. These came from Express. If I got these pretty recently, so I know they still have them there. If you guys are looking for them, I'm sure you can find them easily. Now these stickers were on the larger side, and even though I do not have much of a C-curve on my nails, they wanted to wrinkle along the edges because they're not, it's a big area and you're putting a flat sticker over a roundy part, so some parts of it want to wrinkle over. Now I did work a long time to get the wrinkles out of some of these, and I have sped this up also. Pretty much most of this video is going to be sped up to double time. But anyways, I think it was this one that I had to really work at for quite a ways to get the wrinkles out. I mean, you can get them out, it just takes a lot of effort. And also these stickers are super, super thin. So there was one where as I was trying to straighten out the wrinkles, I pulled a big chunk of the sticker off. It broke off. Luckily it was just the clear part and none of it had the leafy bits on there. And as I was going along, and you'll see when I get to the thumbnail, I started to develop a different way of putting these on so they didn't wrinkle as bad. This one was the worst one for the wrinkles. I spent quite a bit of time trying to get these guys smoothed out on here. It's like every time I would get one part smoothed out, then I would feel it. I'd feel something else that felt weird or bumpy, and I had to go back in and figure out where it was and try to smooth it out. In the meantime, some of the other ones would come back, so I had to keep going back and forth. Usually the stickers that you're working with for nail stuff are not this big. They're usually like small individual little things. But these bigger ones kind of were a pain. I cannot imagine how bad this would be if I had really strong C-curve on my nails. It really would have been tough. Okay, I think, oh, maybe not. See, as you can see, I spent quite a bit of time on that one trying to get it to straighten out. Okay, moving on. We have two more. Now, one thing I did not show you is I went back towards the end of this process and put one of those single leaves at the top of the pinky nail because it was really bare looking and I just wanted a little bit more on that one. Now, what I started to do here towards these last ones on this hand was I would lay them down and not just push them down flat immediately. I would lay it down, get one side of it smoothed out, and then get the second side. That seemed to help a bit more with the wrinkling, which you'll see on when I do the thumb here in a sec. You'll see what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not even going to touch it and put it just on the very little on the center, and then I'm going to work this one side down and get it all smoothed out. Then I'm going to come around to the other side and try to smooth it out. That worked a lot better with these big ones because this one didn't have very many wrinkles as opposed to the one on my middle finger that took so long to straighten out. Okay, and then I just kind of went over them a little bit more just to make sure everything was down really, really well. The rest of these I will do off camera, deal with those. That one felt like there was a bubble, but then when I got up there, there was nothing there. And I was using the silicone tool in an effort to A, not put pressure on my thumbnails like I'm doing right there when I'm trying to straighten them out, and B, I was hoping that would be a little bit more gentle on those stickers than my tugging and pressing on them with my fingers. There's a shot of underneath my nails. That's the only place you're going to see the color, and it doesn't look that bad. When I first started doing the chromes, I was like under the impression that I could only put them over black polish. So some of the early ones, like I'll have this nice nail set and then you turn them over and then I got black nails underneath that just did not go with it. It looked weird. So very rarely do I put them over black polish anymore. If I was going to do a black chrome, yeah, maybe I would. But for the most part, I try to pick a color that's similar to the chrome because that way the chrome seems to be a little brighter and more colorful instead of a real deep. If you want it to be a real deep color of the chrome color it is, then yeah, put it over black because that's what happens. It gets really dark then. Okay, now we're moving on to top coating. My tempered top coat again. I'm not putting any on the ring finger because we're going to be doing the crystals on there. We don't need any extra bulk. And I'm taking my time kind of on these to make sure I've thoroughly coated them really well, because I do not want any stickers coming out and peeling up. And I've gotten a little bit bulky on some of these. Okay, we've cured that. Now we're moving on. And I'm on my second pot of gem glue. Brand new one. Yay! This time I got smart and just cut a hole in the middle so it's not going to be exposed to as much light. Now there I was showing you the bigger, like cabochon style crystals. Some orange ones. Ignore these yellow ones because I ended up not using those. I did, however, use these gold Arum ones, some of them. And I think we're ready to go here. It was nice working with new glue. That was nice, and caviar beads, the gold ones. The glue was like nice and, I don't want to say thin, but it's like a nice consistency. The other one had gotten so old and partially cured, it was super thick, and you guys had noticed me putting on these massive blobs of glue. So I'm glad I'm not dealing with that now. But anyway, I am just buffing a tiny bit down the center of that nail, and then I will clean that off with some alcohol to take the shine off so that the glue can grip on better. I mean, sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't. Frankly, I usually don't have problems with any of my crystals coming off. I might lose a couple caviar beads here and there, but I don't consider that to be that big a deal. And I'm putting a decent size patch of glue on here in roughly the shape of the big crystal that's going on. And boop, there we go. Normally I don't like these real big crystals for myself because they're big and bulky looking. I prefer more delicate, small stuff, but I had them. They kind of went with this set, and I was trying to come up with something a little different to do for my crystal design instead of the same old ones I always seem to do. So once I get this lined up where I like it, and then always check from this angle and from when it's laying down flat. Because if you look at it from both ways, you'll be able to tell if it's centered right or not. So I have cured that big one, so I don't want that moving around while I'm doing the rest of this. And now we've got glue on the top and bottom where we're going to start off with these orange crystals. Now, unfortunately, you guys are having to watch me work with my offhand because I forgot to hit record when I did the one on my right hand. So occasionally you're going to see me look at the other one on my other hand. That one was not the right size. It was too small. So now I got to check and make sure what I got is the right one. Okay, take two. Now I've got these little teardrop looking ones that I've had for eons, and I'm going to just put one of those at the bottom and one at the top. Okay, there we go. Get those to line up some kind of way. I don't know why we're having trouble focusing. You see, I had to keep looking at the one I had already done to make sure I was doing it the same way, because I couldn't remember exactly what I had done. Okay, and we're just going to add a little more glue down the side of that big one in the center on both sides. Now I did have to do a lot of editing on this part, and believe it or not, this is all sped up to double time too. There was a lot of this is out of shot, so you're going to see me doing some of it, and then it's going to skip over, and then all of a sudden there's going to be a lot more done. I trying my best here. I get so focused on what I'm doing when I'm working on them that I keep forgetting to look up at, look at the top of my phone to see exactly what is in the shot. And I'm trying to do better at that. I don't know why I'm having such an issue. Okay, once I'm happy with those the way they are and they're moving around on me, we're going to add a couple more of the orange ones. That's when I decided to get rid of those yellow ones out of there because I hadn't used them and they're just in the way. But we're going to go with these smallish kind of orange ones next to those gold Arum ones. Oh, that one was not the right size either. Okay. And then these guys just did not want to cooperate. Every time I get them out of there and put some on the mat, they're always upside down. They're very hard. It gets very aggravating, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And then once I get, see, they want to keep moving around on me still. once I get those guys where I want them, then we're going to use the small gold arms, and we're going to put 3 of those along the rest of these side edges and fill that in, that gap. While we're just waiting while that's happening, next week I'm not going to be doing a fall, or I'm going to be doing just a plain set that hasn't got anything to do with any holidays or seasons or anything. I'm just going to squeeze one in. It will have a mirror finish background color, but it's not chrome. So there will be no chrome next time. Now after that, I can't say, but I think after that set, I will be starting on Christmas stuff. Oh, joy. I don't even want to think about Christmas, you guys. This year has been really bad for us, so Christmas is something I was hoping kind of would just go away. But unfortunately, it's coming along here at a really good fast pace that I'm not ready for. Okay, now I have cured all of those center ones, which I am now moving on to the caviar beads. I have mixed them with top coat, and I'm putting them on that way because I did not want to try adding any more glue to this mess. Now, some of these you're going to see me putting on, some you're not, because I was out of shot through a lot of these. So I had to edit a lot out. But basically I'm putting them in between all of the caviar beads except for, all of the regular crystals except for when we come to those 3 gold Arum beads that are on either side of the big center one. I will not be putting them in between each one of those because those are tiny little beads and these caviar beads are not that small. I will just be putting one in the center next to the center one. You'll see. I think I show that part once I am happy with. Oh, excuse me. Now I did cure these once I got all those regular ones on there before I started on the caviar beads. I cured the rest of it so it wouldn't keep moving around. Okay, I think you're going to see what I was talking about here. So I've got those along the edge. Now, these I'm going to put right there next to that middle one. Not in between them, but just right next to the top edge of it, because that way it gave me an even spacing of those caviar beads around there. Now I'm just kind of tucking them in, and there's that darn gnat. You guys, I swear I've got a gnat problem in here again because of my plants. And I swear I must have killed like 20 gnats the whole time I was sitting there working on this. And by the time I got to this point, it was already dark, so they were really coming out. Okay, I've got those all on. They're cured. And now I'm doing the final top coat on here just to smush this up against the edge of those and lock those caviar beads down. And also clean up any gluey mess along the edges so you don't see it. Try not to get it on the crystals, but I did want to get it along those caviar beads, and I am slopping a mass amount of this on my skin, on the cuticle sides there. Can't be helped. Unless I wanted to get out a detailer brush, there was no way to avoid that. But we'll just do some cleanup before I cure. For once, I actually remembered to do that. Sometimes I don't, and then I have to go through. Okay, we're going to cure that, and we're done. Woohoo! There they are. We have our gold and orange chrome ombre, although you can't really tell the ombre from this angle and this camera pictures, but there we have them. They're there. I wanted a kind of a nice, easy set to deal with this time. I will clean all that up around the cuticles and the side edges better. I just wasn't in the mood to deal with it right then. And there they are is my picture of them with one of my gnomes. And that's all I have. If you like these, please give me a like. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I upload every Saturday. See you next time, guys. Bye.